Wow. Everybody starts somewhere, and this video is about taking those first steps and trying something new. I recently had the opportunity to try out Harman Photo's newest film stock, Phoenix 200, before its release. However, I only have 24 hours to shoot this roll, so let's see how it goes. Since I'm shooting this new film for the first time, I figured I'd try something new and capture a sunrise at Cannon Beach. And in classic Pacific Northwest weather, there was no sun to be seen. I knew what the weather app said, but I still waited, hoping some golden rays would peek through the clouds. And after about an hour and a half, hope turned to acceptance. I spent almost 5 hours round trip and only took a total of 3 photos. Maybe I'm too used to only shooting 12 frames with my Hasselblad, or maybe I'm being too cheap. Most likely a combination of both. But I realized shooting 36 shots in 24 hours was going to be more difficult than planned. I returned to the city to explore some neighborhoods, and with the weather being uninspiring, I figured I'd revisit some spots that at least had one of the holy trinities of film photography subjects: vintage cars. So in looking back at the scans, which were developed by Pro Photo Supply and scanned by me, Phoenix 200 takes contrast, warmth, and grain and cranks it up a level. Shadow details are either muddied or non-existent, and when life gives you highlights, Phoenix 200 will take that and turn it into the brightest halations I've ever seen. I think because Phoenix 200 is such a new film, what the film should look like is really up to the interpretation of both lab scans and home scans at the moment. My scans look vastly different from the scans provided by Pro Photo Supply, and looking at the sample images from Harman Photo and others who've shot on this film, there's a noticeable variance. The suggested ISO rating of Phoenix 200 is actually 123.5, but I shot everything at box speed, and for transparency I converted using Negative Lab Pro and did some white balancing and touch-ups. Now this film is definitely unique, and is probably more suited for creative or experimental projects, but there's no doubt, there really isn't anything like it at the moment. We're gonna shoot some night shots, and hopefully we get something. I have 12 more shots to go, and it's already 9:30. I'm like really tired. It's been a full day. We'll see what we can get, because tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock, it rains, and I have to turn in this film anyway. So let's see what we get. Believe it or not, this was my first time doing long exposures at night and using a tripod. I always prided myself on shooting all my night shots handheld, but my hands are getting old and I didn't want to mess up the roll. Again, halations are pretty intense in these shots, and I think if I was to use this film again, it would be for moody, vibey night shots. Well, we finished. It's 11 o'clock, got some shots, and hopefully it'll be okay. I'm probably going to finish out the roll with some portraits. In keeping with the theme of trying something new, I attempted my first self-portraits using the timer setting and running to where I thought I would be in frame. And I'm pretty happy with how they came out. This whole video is about trying something new, and sometimes it won't work out the way you planned, but sometimes it will. You'll only know if you shoot your shot. So until next time, be safe and do good.